Hi, welcome to Isla Matanceros, not Isla Nublar for once. It's raining right now, but that's about as bad as it gets on Isla Matanceros. It's a pretty chill little island, but if you find this island difficult to build a beautiful park on, I hope this park tour that we're going to be doing in this video will give you a little bit of inspiration. We're just going to fly over the park and look at all of the exhibits while I blabber on, basically. If that's cool with you, stick around and leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the tour. I have many more parks in my save files, and I'd love to share those with you. So if you're curious to see more, please subscribe to the channel. And we're just going to get right into our tour of Isla Matanceros. So here we are at the arrival point, and we have goats running around. I don't know where those guys came from. Yeah, but this is where guests enter the park, and they can hop right onto the first monorail right here, or they can do this long trek towards the first exhibit, which you can see to the left right there. To the right we have our facilities. We have power stations and the ACU center. I figured I'd just get those out of the way right at the start of the island. And yeah, so here our guests come in.
Jurassic World. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable stay with us.
Thank you, that's very nice. Yes, I do hope disaster doesn't strike. Yeah, so our guests are going to be walking right down this path. And they're going to look into the first exhibit. You can already see what's in here. I only see one Suchomimus right now, but there are two in here. So this is the first dinosaur on the dinosaur tour. Just a basic little exhibit. We have two of the big beautiful trees in there. I'm being distracted by the monorail. Oh, there's the second Suchomimus. This is the Savannah skin, and it's my favorite for the Suchomimus. Just think it really stands out. I like the concrete tone of it. Also, before we continue, I should point out the obvious. We are on Matanceros, which means we are not in a sandbox. Unfortunately, that is not quite available on all of the islands yet, but I am hopeful that will come in a soon-to-come update. But anyway, we're not in sandbox, so I can't turn off the contracts. So if we get interrupted by Dua, Isaac, or Lambert, we're just going to have to decline whatever it is that they're trying to sell us, and you know, shoo them. Be gone. So guests can go down here, or a little bit over to this side. Beautiful wide path. This is actually the first park that I posted on Reddit, so this is kind of my start into becoming a more active member of the community. I was going to say society. I'm not an active member of society, you know. I'm a recluse. No, I'm an active member of the Jurassic World Evolution community since I first posted this park on Reddit. Isaac, please leave us alone. You are not welcome here. So yeah, this is kind of my first taste of contributing to the subreddit. And one thing led to another, which is why I'm making videos right now. Oh, that woman is very amazed by what I'm telling you. Yes. So we have our little boulevard down here by the river. So we have our guest facilities, the you know, the magical 3 buildings, the arcade, the clothes shop, and the restaurant. And we have a bar, because I pretty much always have a bar. It's necessary. And a fossil zone, just to fill the space a little bit. And we have our beautiful individually placed palm trees, because that's the second disclaimer. Is it the second? I'm not keeping count. I hope you aren't either. This isn't how I built my park during my campaign, obviously. What I did is I went back into my campaign save file, opened up this island, and deleted and sold everything that was on Matanceros, so I could have a fresh start. There's another goat. This island is absolutely infested with goats. Oh my god. Anyway, I restarted this island. No, I should rephrase that. Because you have an option to restart, which just means you're going to start at the base level and you're going to get the whole tutorial stuff again and, you know, have the certain layout with the, where you have to place the incubation lab, where your fences are, where your first buildings are. Don't do that. Go to your Matanceros save file or your campaign save file, open up Matanceros, and just sell and delete everything. And that way you have all of your money which you've earned. As you can see, I have a lot of money. And you have the money from everything you've sold. And with that funds, you can build whatever you want on this island. And it might seem a little bit daunting, but it took me about 20 minutes to delete everything that was on this island. So that's perfectly doable, I think. And I would definitely recommend it, because it's fun to play around with the alternative island maps for a little bit of inspiration. So we're going to continue with the tour before I get even more sidetracked. So we have our little boulevard here by the bank of the river. And now we're going to cross the bridge, which isn't really a bridge. I was hoping that would be a part of the game at some point. I don't think it's going to happen anymore, but it would have been beautiful. So we have our makeshift bridge. It's more like a land bridge, let's call it that. We have our land bridge. We're going to go over into the main hotel area of the park, where we have my first elaborate path design. This is where it all started for me, of course. A lot of people know me on Reddit by now as the crazy path lady. And that's true. I am crazy, obsessed with paths, and, well, I'm told I'm a lady. I'm pretty sure that's a mistake, but I am told. It's the official consensus. So we have our big, wide, beautiful path on the other side of the river. I don't really know why I chose this feather kind of design. I think it looks pretty cool with the 3 hotels right there. So that just flanks our river quite nicely. Look at all those little ants walking around. So we can, you know, we can go right or we can go left. We're going to go right first. Walking along, ignoring imperfections that we see in the path. We have some more buildings here, some more facilities, and we have another viewing gallery. Let's have a look. Now what I did with this is I pulled the viewing gallery back from the actual fence just so it wouldn't mess with the path that runs along the fence. You know, everything for the sake of aesthetics. What I should actually do is replace this part of the fence with light steel. Then the effect will be a little bit better. There, now it's not so bothersome. And we have our second species announcing himself, the Spinosaurus. And there are Deinonychus in here. We're just gonna have a look at the exhibit itself. So it's wetland. We have our new fish feeders. Big Spino boy. Oh Jesus. He's bullying the Deinonychus, who's just trying to eat. So this is the vivid Spinosaurus. And what I did was I kind of matched him in color with the Deinonychus that are in here. So the vivid Spinosaurus is, you know, gray, white, blue, and orange. So I made the Deinonychus rainforest. That was jungle, obviously. This is rainforest. And alpine. So we have the 3 colors. There's another one. And this jungle. Yeah, I thought that was kind of, you know, pretty. You know, it's a color-coordinated exhibit. They match with the Spino. And even though the Deinonychus obviously aren't wetland dinosaurs, they look like little tadpoles, so they fit right in. Let's just hope the Spino doesn't eat them. So that's what we have over here. Oh, he snapped. Are you hungry, bud? Delicious. Just like sushi. No, thank you. I have no idea what he was offering. I didn't even read it. So we have our little plaza over here with more buildings.
How'd you like to be even more busy? How's a new contract sound, huh?
I have no trouble keeping myself busy, Cabot. Thank you. So yeah, just a couple more buildings on our plaza. And 2 more viewing galleries, but we're going to ignore those for a little bit. We're going to move back over. Walk all the way back. Oh, Jesus. I'm not much of a keyboard player to begin with, and it doesn't help that the microphone is in the way right now. So we're moving past the hotels again, bumping through the crowd, and here we have another exhibit with 2 Allosaurus. Allosauruses? No, it's Allosaurus. I'm sorry. They're sniffing. I'm sorry, guys. You can't expect me to shower every day. What skin is this? Steppe. Okay. That's alright. This is the Arid Skin. This is my favorite. I love that the tongue is blue. That's really cool. Really great skin. That sounds so creepy. It's kind of like she puts the lotion in the basket. Ooh, yeah, ooh. So this is the Allosaur exhibit. They're kind of up against a hill right there, but that's something that the guests aren't supposed to see back there, because that's our VIP area that we're going to visit last. So the guests walk on, officially they can't see the Allosaurus because there's no viewing gallery. But, obviously they should be able to see them. If this game made any sense and people could see dinosaurs through steel fences. They're going to come down here with a little circular path roundabout to break things up. As you can see, one side is shorter than the other, so all of the guests who are very smart can, well, they pick one side. That's good for them. So we're going to move over, and this is the lower part of Matanceros, and this is our Herbivore Valley, which curls all the way back. It's going to rain again. Beautiful. So we have another plaza here with more viewing galleries and our Jurassic Tour back there. And we have 2 acros running around. Let's hop into this viewing platform. So this is a look into the first part of Herbivore Valley, where we have the medium-sized herbivores, a couple of ceratopsids, Gallimimus, and Dracorex. We have quite a few ceratopsids. We have Styracosaurus, Sinoceratops, and Chasmosaurus. Oh, and Triceratops. Busy. Let's visit them. Look at his friend running over. Jungle Styraco. Really love this skin. I really need to stop mentioning the dinosaur skins. It's weird. These guys just look so funny. So that's the first part, which goes, Herbivore Valley goes underneath the monorail track to some bigger herbivores. But those are only viewable through our Jurassic Tour. I don't think we're going to see anything here. I cheated a little bit. I kind of forgot that I wasn't in Sandbox, so I made these. Well, initially these were two separate exhibits, and I was gonna put Acrocanthosaurus in here and Albertosaurus in here. I even have it ready. But as I dropped in the Acrocanthosaurus, I was reminded that no, this is not enough space. So I had to connect these two and sort of cheat my way into keeping these two guys happy. Don't snap at me. I gave you a big exhibit. You don't need to be mean. Jesus. It's kind of like they're sneezing, which is cute. Yes, big boys can be cute. So yeah, that kind of threw a wrench in my plan, but I made it work through sheer will. So let's look at the Jurassic Tour. I don't have the research to drive the tour, so we're just gonna ride along. Switch seats. Hello. Wait, we have twins on board. That's fine. So this is the second part of Herbivore Valley, where we have our sauropods. Oh, there's a brachy just visible through the long grass.
Sometimes it is necessary to transport a dinosaur to another enclosure or to the mainland. Such actions are taken by the highly trained ACU teams.
Yes, highly trained. They can't shoot worth a damn if you don't upgrade them 7 times. I don't know how many of you regularly do challenge mode, but it's so frustrating that they just can't shoot anything without those first accuracy upgrades. What just happened?
Weighing in at over 60
Oh,
tons,
we have triplets!
Rhinoceros is not just the largest dinosaur ever discovered, she's the largest known animal
And I'm one of them!
ever walked the earth.
Oh, I'm sorry, I blabber through the commentary. So we saw a brachy, but we also have the Dreadnoughtus in the trees. The breathing sounds are really funny. I don't typically name my dinosaurs because it's usually a lot of it requires more brain capacity than I have to spare. But I feel like we should name this one Barbara Streisand. That's not... Is that how you spell that? I have no idea. It's not meant in a mean way. I'm just saying, you know, let's embrace that nose. It's a good nose. I really doubt I have any diehard Barbara Streisand fans that are going to be upset. And we have our Mamenshi. Rainforest. Let's get rid of that. So this is just a really peaceful exhibit. I could throw the Acrocanthosaurus in here and then, you know, give the Albertosaurus a chance to live. But I kind of like the idea of the valley really being reserved for the herbivores, so I'm gonna leave it like this. Can we do more trucks? There. Nice and crowded. Let's hop onto this one. She looks so serious. You know, you really don't have to be looking over there.
We put their needs first and develop bespoke approaches for each species.
Yes, but then our park managers forget all about those bespoke approaches because they've been spoiled in Stop looking at me. Yeah, I've been spoiled in Sandbox. I completely forget about the habitat requirements. The social requirements, I think I have those pretty much down. But in terms of the size of the habitat, I completely screwed up here. So I don't think there's anything more to... Oh no, wait, I just remembered. We have our VIP area to get to. Oh, spoiler alert. So yeah, VIP guests. Oh no, something is dying. Another downside of non-sandbox. Let's get our ranger team over. Cure him. Oh, at Montesaurus. I had no idea he was even in here. Shush. What I was saying. Our VIP guests have different boarding passes for the monorail. So they have access to this part of the island up here. They have their own hotel, their own clothes shop, restaurant, you know, the works, because these are the posh people. They don't want to mingle with the plebeians. This is also where we have our Hammond Creation Lab and our Ranger Station, just because I couldn't figure out where else to put them. And this really didn't need to be any bigger than it is. We have another first dabble at path design, which didn't quite work out as well as I managed nowadays, but I gave it my best. Yeah, and these are very important guests. You are very important, sir. Ma'am, you are very important. Yes. Sir, you are very important. Continue on doing important things. Our important guests are the only ones who can view... Thank you. Who can view our classics, the Tyrannosaur pair, and our Velociraptor pack. So, you know, if you want to see those, you have to pay extra. So they share an exhibit. Now these are two T-Rexes, so I obviously genetically modified them to allow this. Alright, shush. Yeah, I have the Dr. Wu DLC, and with that you can do genetic manipulation to up their social requirements. So we can have these lonely guys become a bonded pair. And that's why I made one the wetland skin, which looks like the Rex. And one the basic skin. Oh, we're in the middle of a marital quarrel. Let's see who wins. Let's see which one backs down. Is it gonna be the lady or the lad? It's the lady. Go to the kitchen, get him a sandwich. Carry on, chop chop. So yeah, we have our wetland skin, so our buck, and our basic skin, which is our female. This is Rexy. And then we have our raptors. Oh, we have a lot of them. 5 it looks like. With a mixture of skin types. Ooh, they are so creepy. It feels a little bit counterintuitive that these two species can live together, but I think it works out great for an exhibit. Unfortunately, we don't have sand on this island, so I may do with just the grass, rock, and dirt. I do really love the bushes, especially coastal, which is this one. That's where this game has come to. We get excited about bushes. So that finishes up our tour of my restarted Matanceros with our VIP section up here, kind of raised above everything else. You know, these are high society people. We'll give them their dues. Starts with the long avenue over here. We have our necessary buildings in this corner, kind of tucked away. Our boulevard by the river itself with our bridge. But you can see over here that I laid the rock texture underneath the water, which gives it a more rippled looking effect. So it looks like the river is a little bit more rough. And it's calmed down here because the bridge stops some of the flow. You know, that's all just in my head. Almost everything is just in my head. So we have our hotel area. And back here we have our Herbivore Alley. 2 more exhibits, another plaza here, another plaza here. So that's kind of how I divided up the island. And you know, if you are struggling with building on this island due to the geography of the island that you start with, I think this is a pretty good way to go about it, because when you start the island, everything is on different levels. So, you know, a slight change to the left, to the right, and you're either dipping or going up with the terrain. And a tip is just to start building plateaus before you build anything else. So the first thing you do is you grab your terrain tools, and you're just going to create plateaus that you're going to build on later. And obviously you can adjust a little bit after the fact. Shut up, miss. Thank you. You can adjust after the fact, but you want to just get the base down at first. So what I did was I made everything here the same level. Let's get into the map view actually. So all of this is the same level. Then we have all of this all the way around. This is the same level. We have up here our VIP section is 1 level, and we have the valley down here as 1 level. So that kind of limits the amount of space that is wasted on hills. So you can use the space more efficiently, in my opinion. That's just my tip, because when you start, this is a lot lower over here. This entire area is lower. This entire area is higher, and this it's all just a mess. So you wanna pull out from the edges of the map and just create nice shapes with the terrain and then go from there. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. I hope it does, because you know, I kind of want to help you make something great on this island, because I do think Matanceros is a pretty cool island in the Isla Las Cinco Muertes, island chain. So this was my park tour of Isla Matanceros. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see park tours with commentary, as well as first-person park tours of the other parks that I built, I hope you'll consider subscribing so you can keep updated on all of that. And yeah, I hope you'll click on another video when one pops up. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, enjoy the game.